For this month's Fantastic Four issue, Ryan North is doing his best Ryan Johnson impression, making this book very similar to a Knives Out story. And if you don't know what that means, please stay tuned because I'll be explaining ahead. Aloha, I'm Thomas, and in this issue, written by Ryan North, penciler Huberto Ramos, inker Victor Orlozaba, and colorist Edgar Delgado, is all about a murder mystery. If you've never seen a Knives Out movie, it's basically you know who gets murdered, and you're trying to figure out who did it and how did they do it. Well, this is a very similar story in the fact that Black Cat is framed for a murder, and it's kind of up to Sue Storm to figure it out. Now, I'm a big FF fan, and normally I like when the whole team is together working in unison, but this was a cool side adventure, so to speak, where these two women who've been opposed and been on opposite sides a lot through their comic history now kind of have to unite in this weird way. You'll see what I mean if you read the book, but it's kind of a fun dynamic because there's this frenemy almost aspect to it, and Sue has to push aside her feelings towards Felicia to see if she's guilty or not. On the side, I think if you like science fiction, you're really going to dig this. Ryan North is a master at combining science with emotional stakes, and I think it's really well done in this story. Now, normally, again, I like when the full team is working together to figure out problems, which is how this series started, and I really enjoyed that. But this was a fun side adventure with a lot of soul searching, I think, for these characters. For the most part, I really like the art. I think that the scenery and settings are really well done. Most of it takes place in a bank, and you can kind of see the schematics of the building along with like these grayed out portions for flashbacks, which is all really cool. But I think the hard part for me is some of the faces aren't kind of what I imagine in my head. And so that takes a little bit getting used to, but overall, it's a beautiful looking book. So overall, this is a really fun standalone story. I'm giving it an 8 out of 10. What do you think about Ryan North's new run so far? And are you planning on picking up this issue? Drop what you think in the comments, and thank you for checking out this video here in Nerd Initiative. All right, aloha.